All right, coming to you live from international waters, yo. This is Butt Pirate Radio. I'm your host, Jada Pinkett Smith. Today I'm joined by
Elmer Glusnivsky.
Nice to have you aboard, man.
Nice to be here. Don't feel right.
Yeah. Well, the last name was that like you come from a long line of sniffing things.
We had a
Glusnivsky?
We actually owned a glue company, and a pastime of ours was going out back, throwing out all the old glue, getting high. You know what I mean? That's how my grandma met my grandpa.
You know what's kind of funny? I never really thought about this. People that fucking sniff glue that get high off it, getting high off horses.
Oh, because they're all like horse glue.
Maybe that's like get off your high horse.
It's actually hard to, like, I've tried sniffing a lot of stuff, and I think, like how some people can't get fucked up off whiskey.
Really?
They get fucked up off vodka. Or like my brother, he's 6'4". He can drink alcohol he wants, but fucking wine takes him down.
Yeah.
That's with me. That's how it is with like sniffing. Like I can sniff 13 Sharpies.
Yeah, I've tried to get high off Sharpies on numerous occasions. They're like, don't sniff that, you get high. It's like, what are you talking about? I've been sniffing these constantly and I'm sober as fuck.
And a problem with, I even got like the industrial, like the Home Depot Sharpies.
Just for sniffings?
Sober as a judge. I can go through 7 of them. I even tried, I was in this thing during COVID. I was trying to protect, I was putting these like shoe protectors on and needed like a special type of shoe glue. And I was like, I bought the 5-pack because I use one and probably get high off the rest of the 4. Same thing. Nothing. Not a euphoric feeling, not lightheaded. Can't even jerk off. Nothing.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Sharpies? If you don't want me to sniff a Sharpie, stop making them smell so good.
I know.
Then the only thing that smells like a Sharpie is a Sharpie.
They should have that kind of cologne.
Yeah, dude, they should, or like air freshener.
Sharpie. I feel like a Sharpie, that could be like a nice, like, something like tastes good or a drug hits real good. How is that? Oh, it's a Sharpie. That'd be a good, like a nice clean Coke hit.
Yeah.
It's a Sharpie.
Yeah, Sharpie.
Sharpie, and then like a real bad hit, something probably real nasty. I don't know what you call it. What's like a bad marker? What's like a real shit marker? Like a play school?
Yeah, there
something
you go.
Like that.
Crayola?
Yeah, that's a fucking Crayola.
Who's trying to sniff a crayon?
Yeah, there you go. That's a lingo. A lot of lingo changes. I'm in the locker room a lot.
But the other thing too about it, lingo doesn't. The thing I don't like about lingo is that everybody just adopts it. Nobody attempts to make their own.
Yeah, I don't like, and they're adopting a lot, and they're making it their own.
Yeah,
they're adopting it for stealing.
Yeah,
usually from black people.
Right? White people stealing from black people,
making it their own. Like,
and then you have white people saying, "Well, yeah, black people steal all the time." When they rip off everything from black people.
Dutch door action. You're totally right. Or like common ones, bet. When people are like, bet.
So I had a bet about this. Instead of saying bet, you don't know this, but I should start using it in my own fucking repertoire. When people say bet, I say gambling.
Dude, that is money. I mean, not to be punning.
No pun intended.
But that is nice. So that's way better.
Yeah.
Like when they say bet, you say gambling.
Yeah.
With a little wink.
Yeah.
They don't have to do the wink, but I'm just saying that's what I would do if I could wink. I can't.
Yeah, it's just weird how fucking shit catches on. It's like it is nonsense. Bet is nonsense. Who's the first person to say bet? Those people should be credited. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you seem like you're holding back fucking yak as we speak.
I think that's the combination of a little bit of the nicotine, these seltzers. It's helping.
It's helping.
I think it's going back to the thing of you just gotta stay sharp. That's what helps you.
A little bit of the ass of the dog that ate you or whatever.
Yeah, ass of the horse. Little ass of the horse. Little snort.
Missing rapper found, ending the world's longest game of hide and seek.
Ooh.
Theo London was found safe and doing well after his family forgot to look for him back in July.
Now, whoa. British rapper?
His name is fucking Theophilus London. It wasn't really hide and seek. Clearly,
dude,
they found him on Skid Row. His family thought he was dead.
Now, black people, it would be great to hear them fuck up that name. Who coming to my cousin's house is Theophilus.
Yeah, right.
My boy Theophilus, when he comes over, man, my mom's cooking greens with Theophilus.
It didn't give away that he's black from him being a rapper. It was from his name being Theophilus.
That's almost some
Phonetically, it doesn't mean it's like a tongue to it. Why would you try to make your name hard to say?
That's like Theophilus should be like a Latin word for like, I don't know,
Yeah.
a little tree seed or something.
It sounds like some type of thing that you grind up medicine in.
Yeah, put it in the Theophilus.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool it down to 2 degrees.
But that must have been cool for your like, oh yeah, I thought my kid was dead since July, and it's like, no, he's just addicted to drugs and in California.
You know, I think another fucking thing is these, and because fashion always comes from Europe. Don't you feel like there's a lot of fucking curly haired people? Do you think a lot of white people these days have a lot of real curly hair?
Yeah, where does that come from?
That didn't used to be like that. Back in the day, people had wavy.
It's also like white chicks getting asses.
Yeah. White chicks getting asses, people getting real curly hair.
I was like, does DNA listen?
Maybe.
You're sitting there walking around, your mom's thinking about, is going to make a baby. So she's sitting there this whole time like, oh, damn, white fat asses are in. She subconsciously takes that in and then uses that when developing a person.
Yeah, maybe one day we can get DNA to fully listen, but I'm going to say at this point, DNA's got like a hearing aid in one ear. The other ear's, it's got corn in it.
Yeah.
We're not there yet.
I wonder if you could have a pregnant chick to sit down for and just meditate and just to try to make a hot kid. Like, oh, this kid has a giant dick. He's going to have a giant dick and a fucking never have a receding hairline. And the DNA will listen.
Fucking ballsy thing that women on these dating apps get away with. Like, a hot ass chick can go looking for a permanent relationship. I have a kid, don't want more with you, but I want you, and she'll be like, not vaxxed. You know what I mean? And she'll just say it. Like, they can just say they just do not give a fuck.
Yeah, hot chicks have their own fucking law of physics that they follow by.
You're going to hang out with
Like, if an apple falls from a tree and a hot chick is standing underneath it, the apple moves out of the way. Or at least that's what they think.
Right. That's what they think. Gambling.
So Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg, who appeared to put on a few pounds during the holidays, recently insulted each other online, which had ultimately led to her telling Taint that he can reach her at youhavesmalldickenergy@getalife.com. God, I wish Greta would have told me that I had small dick energy so I could respond and say like, hey, how about I pull up my dick right now, bitch, and you can tell me if it's small.
So many wrong things with that. So many subtitle could be that real original, making fun of a man's wiener, real original. It's like, man.
So like, I'm not a fan of Taint.
Now, is Taint the same thing as a gooch?
Andrew Taint is his name.
Andrew Taint.
Tate, whatever. Taint, same thing.
Tate.
So I'm not a fan of Taint, but I hate to break it to the people who said that she burned him using a 3-year-old reference. But like, anytime you get in an argument with a guy who has a Bugatti, the guy with the Bugatti wins. That's just the law of nature.
Trump card.
Yeah. He's accumulated like generational wealth by playing a satirical version of himself. He fucking wins. He wins any argument about some fucking fake climate activist who's recently gotten fat.
Can't fuck with it. Like a reverse Enigma.
If she cares so much about climate change, she should lose weight so her emissions are down.
And energy's up.
Yeah. Her being fat is making everything else work harder.
She needs more tight vagina energy. She needs more skinny fupa energy.
Yeah, hell yeah. She needs non-saggy tits energy. Perky tit energy.
Bet.
Yeah, gambling. Long beef curtain fucking energy.
Long beef curtain. What is isn't there some restaurant called the Curse of the Beef Carver? Oh, that's a fucking liquor. The sign of the beef carver,
yeah.
And what you call it, the beef curtain?
He does vaginal reconstructive surgery on the side.
The fucking beef curtain. I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of good terminology. This is the terminology that I want to be surrounded by.
Making terminology is not difficult. You just have to put a little thought into it instead of just fucking being like, oh yeah, I'll just say what everybody else fucking says all the time.
And you just got to have that one follower who's into it. Me, I'm into it. You got it, and that it's contagious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1's a party, 2's a crowd, 3's a fucking KKK convention.
Yeah, the last thing about the Greta thing is she keep telling herself that she won the exchange and that people individually are responsible for or can reverse the effects of climate change, when 100 corporations are responsible for like 72% of all harmful emissions. It's like, go talk to those corporations and then come talk to us.
And when you told me that, like, we were in the car, and I was thinking about that because when COVID fucking happened, right? They're all like, oh, look at the ozone. It's so much more shinier now and shit like that. It looks so fucking clean. We can see our fucking dicks in it. You know what I mean? And then, and everyone's like, you know what? You know that's why? Because no one's fucking driving around. No one's fucking driving around and using cars. No, you just fucking pointed it out in that it's not the fucking cars. It's that all the factories were fucking shut down. That is why that the fucking ozone looks so had a fucking spit shine on it.
Yeah, it's because people weren't allowed to make products.
Yes. Yeah. That's the reason.
Exactly. People were still driving. Plenty of people were still driving. Nobody stopped driving because of the pandemic. You still have to go to the store. You still have to. Some people were just driving around for the sake of fucking driving around.
Yeah. Dude, that's a serious thing. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's a good call though. I didn't even think about that. That's true.
That's here. All they were saying on TV.
Because China didn't do shit for 2 weeks, and then everything in the globe goes back to normal.
Yeah, it wasn't because like we weren't driving. It was because fucking there were no smokestacks going on in China for a little bit.
Yeah,
but no one says it.
Yeah. All right. So to go into a different frustrating directions, scientists have recently mentioned that America and China are currently involved in a space race. You know, does it sound familiar? To get to the moon, because whoever gets there first and sets up shop gets some type of fucking advantage over something. Or
set up an OnlyFans account on the moon.
From the moon, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That means that the U.S. is in its second ever space race when they've already allegedly been to the moon multiple times. Like, it wasn't like, oh, we went to the moon once. They went to the moon, like, claimed, like, 10 fucking times.
You said China or this is America?
Yeah, America.
Do we got to bleep that out, China or America?
No.
The, America's already been to the moon 10 times?
I think so, something like that. There was a bunch of fucking... It wasn't just they went once and that was it.
Does the moon help us with anything?
No.
Can we
I think maybe you can, like, influence satellite behavior from the moon.
That's what I said. Why don't we throw... Like, when I'm leaving my mom's house, she goes, hey, if you're leaving, throw some stuff in your trunk. That way, when you get somewhere, you can drop it off. You can get some of the shit out of your house. I feel like if we're going to the moon 10 times, they haven't thought of that one time. Hey, since you guys are going up there, why don't you take some of these fucking cans and seagulls and fucking Canadian geese, drop them off since you're making the trip up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And how are you supposed to buy the fact that they went there the first time? They said that they lost the calculations and all the equations that enabled them to get there all those times in the late 60s and 70s. All right, so like, oh yeah, so you just lost the math, huh? Like, you fucking leave it on the train or something?
Translations have been lost for ages.
How do you lose track of that? You could charge people trillions of dollars for that information.
The old sock in the dryer.
The whole thing is, stop pretending that we've been to the fucking moon. There's not a fucking chance. You're telling me we went to the moon fucking 60 years ago?
10
Suck
times.
my dick's ass, dude.
Yeah, suck. Mine too.
Or eat my ass's dick. I don't even know.
No handkerchief either.
Yeah. After you ran 7 miles. All right, so yeah, hot wives. You know what hot wives are?
No. Is that an email? Hotwives.com?
It's like chicks that, like, husbands that like to get their, we came across a hot wife last weekend where that chick was all over people, like, dudes.
Oh.
That's a hot wife.
But she had...
As a husband.
And
but
he
she's
was
just
there?
trying to
I forgot. Was he there?
He wanted to watch you bang his wife. That's what the said situation was.
I forgot about this. What bar was this at?
The shitty bar at the end of the night that we were at.
The two big VIP, the one where it's a whole bar that's just a VIP.
Yeah.
Weird situation though.
It's weird if a chick's rubbing on you and then it's like, oh, you have a wedding ring? It's like, get the fuck away from me.
I don't get it.
Yeah. And then she's with her husband.
I just don't understand how that can be enjoyable for the husband.
Because he's bi, and he maybe
he's
like
bi. He's a dong dad.
I think that's the only way that's possible is if you have to be attracted to dudes,
or you just like nice cologne.
Get whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
But like, because I've always said it'd be ideal to be in a relationship with a chick that's bi, because then you guys can fucking.
Ever since you told me that, it's like sometimes I feel like you say things, and I'm like, I've known that forever, and I've never known it. And that was one of those things like, yeah, getting with a chick who's bi. How can you put that out on a thing? Like, I like chicks that are bi, but not, I just want to fuck another chick.
Yeah.
I like bi, but I don't want to try.
Right. Yeah. It's just the exact opposite of a hot wife situation.
That is the only way I can understand, like, you wanting to get married. Like, if people want to get married at, like, 21, because it's like, okay, you get married with your wife at 21, and then when you're 30, you've had 9 years, then you guys go, all right, we spent the first decade, and we did it normal, so now let's do the next decade and start introducing women into the bedroom.
Except for, I think that whole decade, you're still trying to pull bitches the whole time. Because it's not like that person just puts their bisexuality on hold. If you're bisexual, you're always trying to fucking fuck bitches. Get bitches, I guess it should be. Get bitches is the correct terminology.
Now, when you're the guy fucking two women, you just have to eat the chick's pussy, and while she's fucking you, cowgirl?
While you're fucking a chick, yeah.
Cowgirl? Seesaw, I call it.
And you could also do hand stuff.
So you could, that's tough. Working the controls while you have goggles.
You gotta pat your head and rub your stomach.
Dude. You got the leg goggles on you and you're trying to work the control center. That is fucking tough, dude. That is tough. That's kind of like what I do right now.
Yeah, but also the more you do, the better you'll get at it. Like anything. When you're doing a lot, it's harder to nut then too. Because you're distracted.
And I was going to say that something that I've been having trouble, like, I wouldn't really say that it's hard for me to get hard. However, okay, what I have trouble with lately is if I'm trying to eat a chick out, I go into this like a man teepee where my ass sticks out, and it makes my dick soft while I'm doing that. So it's like it's this whole like charade.
You're in the least sexy position a guy could be in.
Yeah.
Well, before you're gonna then bang a chick.
That reverse fucking bend over. It's like a half bend. It's what's nice, but they always have the sheets over because it would be ideal if you would pull the chick's legs towards just at the end of the mattress. Yeah, so you sink down, or you put her knees.
You go off the bed.
You have her go doctor style where she has her legs hanging, and you put the little butcher paper there, and then you fucking start eating her out. And then that would keep my fucking ween hard.
Yeah.
And that way I can go right at it. My problem is, never happens. Got to keep the sheets on there. She likes everything tucked in. I'm doing this bend over. I don't know what they call that. Upward.
Prison stand. Prison position.
Instead of downward dog, it's what? Upward fag?
Yeah. It's like, cause you're like somewhat. You're putting your shit to the side because you're no way that you're just fucking doing a face down ass up situation.
No, this is not a rap music video. This is real. This is real life.
I think they call that prison position.
Prison position.
I think it's a funny other term for fucking
prison position. Do they do that in yoga? All right, you're not in good prison position.
Get an fucking downward prison position.
Downward prison position. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. Looks like you've been eating a lot of ass, yoga style.
And so upward prison position is you just standing upwards with your hands on your hips. I didn't even get to the Hot Wives joke that I had. So, Hot Wives, how the hell did they get that nickname? Because fucking disgusting wives would be a more accurate fucking label for those gross whores.
Yeah.
There's nothing hot about a woman getting ran through.
No, it isn't, and that's actually
that's what I wanted to say.
And that's that's not that's what do they call it? That's a double standard. You know what I mean? We don't respect whores, but we don't.
You can't argue the fact. It's like if you had a chick that looks exactly the same, and one chick has been with 3 guys and the other one has been with 300, who's the one that you'd rather be with?
I know.
Have that baby when you're pregnant, meditating, their lips inside. Them blackout beef curtains, dude. Can't see the sun.
Blackout beef curtains. Fucking, you need a steamer for that. Draw the drapes.
Like a shower curtain.
Now, is a loofah just a corn dog sponge?
Shower beef curtain.
It's a shower beef curtain. Yeah.
My flux capacitor fucking is dog shit.
Yeah. You're like that old Ebenezer Scrooge guy in Back to the Future trying to 1.1 gigawatts.
Christopher Lloyd, but what the fuck's it? No, because it's Marty, and I fucking...
Marty!
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell his name is.
Oh my god. Put gas in the flux capacitor and stop fucking your bisexual whore.
What did that car run on?
I think just petrol. Probably some 87 octane. They probably had a couple points, cashed that out, got 20 cents off. That's how you do it. You go into the future with a receipt, get 30 cents off, fuel it in the future, come back, you're set.
Hell yeah, fill up your car for back in 1990. The thing about that is the whole Back to the Future thing is kind of nonsense too if you think about it. Like, how is that guy bringing along some kid with him? If I have access to a time machine, I'm exclusively sexually harassing women, immediately going back into the future.
When it didn't even matter.
Into the past didn't happen.
When it didn't even matter.
But I'm gonna record that shit on my phone, and I'm bringing the fucking evidence with me into the future.
Go back to the pioneer ages. Dick is charged. Harassment's like legal weed there. In pioneer ages, the Puritans.
But why not just find out where Scarlett Johansson is at? Fucking rape her at gunpoint, and then get in my time machine,
and put her in a little
and go back 2 hours ago. And then it never happened.
And fill up with gas.
Yeah, now you're thinking.
Yeah.
And fuck that gambling and shit. Who's got time to place bets on stuff when you have infinite chicks that you can rape a gunpoint?
Dumb. Fucking idiots. Right in that movie. Idiot 1 and fucking...
The only reason I'm going back in time is to rape chicks that were attractive 10 years more than 10 years ago. There's no way this episode's not going to get pulled.
That would be the only fucked up thing, though, is you would have to fucking rape them with a musket.
You have to tell people what a gun is.
Yeah.
Now, this thing here, I will blow your fucking
They're not
going to
believe it. Yeah.
You could fire it off once, I guess. But if you were also go back into pioneer times, you would have to bring a portable shower. If you're raping a chick at gunpoint 300 years ago, that bitch hasn't probably showered that month.
And you're going to have to bring one of those Phillips shave, it can shave a damn Brillo pad. One of those, you know what I mean? A real shaver. Shave whatever she's got down. Take all that bark off or whatever.
Bring a Chinese person with you so she can do a Brazilian wax.
You know what? Probably, I bet you the most time that you could bank on women being shaved was Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? So you'd probably have to set your clock on the car for the first the first or the second Thanksgiving, because they're going to shave at that time. That'll probably be their one time a year. They'll shave, they'll clean themselves down there. You know what I mean? There'll probably be no fucking farming going on. They don't have that fucking farm swamp sweat going on.
But no matter what, you're talking chicks like 300 years ago, you're talking shaving. Nobody shaved their ass. Chicks just walking around fucking hairy ass.
Oh God.
That's why you gotta. But there's no reason he would be bringing Marty. He would just bring a Chinese chick to be fucking waxing these bitches up.
Yes. Muskets and a little chin.
You bring a clock, be like, bitch, I'm a time traveling magician. You go back. Chinese bitches about to wax you.
You go back to the 80s. Go to the laundromat or whatever those people are doing Chinese shaves. You grab that Chinese whore, hold her up with a gun. Then with the muskets, then you bring the chick from the 80s back to the pioneer ages, and then fucking slay all them. You know what I mean? I mean, not killing. I just mean fucking at gunpoint.
It'd be a lot easier if you could have a time traveling Constantopol wagon, whatever they fucking call those things. You can fit so many things in that. A DeLorean's a 2-seater.
Right.
You can maybe fit two Chinese chicks. Because if you could bring 2 Chinese chicks with you, it's more efficient. You could probably wax up 100 women in an hour.
It's going to take... Well, they're going to probably have to shave down them nasty toenails. I mean, I don't want to fuck no chick with no nasty toenails, even if it's dark out. And that fucking upper lip fucking peach hair,
and then
I don't fuck with that.
When were mirrors invented?
Oh, damn. Is that like is that on the periodic table? Like a mirror?
Right, yeah. I
don't know even how you do that. That's a fucking good point.
Thank you. When I die, if there's no afterlife, I hope at the very least you receive like a Spotify rap type of thing where you get a briefing on how much time you spent doing certain things. You just get like a rundown of like I spent 8 days looking at tits.
Oh,
like it
God.
just tells you fucking... It just lets you know cool statistics of the amount of time like in actual days
Yeah.
Because you can measure things like that in a lifetime.
Like they give you fucking baseball stats.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? How
Exactly.
you divide how many times you jerked
The furthest
off.
nut that you blasted, popped off was like fucking 2.5 feet.
Yeah, and you divide how many times you jerked it over how many times you banged, and that's like a certain that's like an ERA. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's your
Fucking
war.
Jizz jerked in.
Yeah, that's your war. Wins above replacement.
Wins above replacement. You know what I mean? What's your shooting percentage?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jizzing out.
Yeah, how are you from behind the arc from downtown?
That would be nice.
All right, so here's another question I have. So, when it comes to the wonderful world of bestiality, the people that participate in it, are they acting out of desperation or are they actually attracted to animals?
Right. Right, like if you've been in the woods for a long time.
Right. You just haven't banged, or somebody see a mastiff and be like, damn, that dog makes me hard.
Yeah. It might be they're trying to make the best situation on something that's bad on their part. For example, it could be a person who's literally a saint. You might have a person who inside, they're a fucking pedophile, but they don't want to fuck kids. So you know what they do? Koala. Right? Looks like a kid, similar size of a kid. You can kind of get your whole I'm fucking a kid thing. You can maybe pretend you're fucking a kid, but all you do is you're just fucking a koala. And that's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
stuff that looks like kids, they fuck stuff that looks like kids, they're not really fucking kids.
Yeah, because I guess it's infinitely better to fuck a koala if you're going to fuck. If push comes to shove, 5% of the population is pedophiles. I don't know if I talked about this in an episode. To put that into perspective, in the United States, taking away, if you exclude Indian people, anytime you see somebody who looks kind of Asian, that's a pedophile.
Because there's
5% is ching chong Asian, slant eyes, and Filipino.
Most kids are the same wiener size as Asian people. So if you look,
Imagine pedophile town.
Pedophile town?
Instead of Chinatown.
The one thing I always feel weird about is using a urinal next to a small child. Almost the same weirdness using a urinal next to an Asian. So I can understand how people make that jump.
Because they're spies, so you know they're looking at your dick. They're all spies.
What do they call that? That little, when you're in a submarine, you're looking through those goggles and it's,
yeah.
You know what I mean? They got that.
Yeah, that's a good question. What are those called? Boop, boop. You got fucking sonar looking at you. The sonar looking at your dick. Broadcasting your dick to the Chinese government. Yeah, that's why. And then people get mad when we're like, people stop Asian hate. It's like, what are you talking about? There ain't enough Asian hate in this country. Yeah, so I was definitely getting pulled. I think we're looking into changing platforms. After my gem of a 9/11 fucking summary episode got yanked fucking 3 months after it was uploaded, all right, I think I might just move this operation elsewhere. If it was so bad, how come they let that shit out there for 3 months?
They've let that shit out there for 20 years, really.
I bet if Renee Zellweger was black, her last name would be slightly different.
Oh yes.
Renee Zell. It's kind of like miss it because of holidays, but you should be able to buy people health insurance gift cards. Oh yeah, hey Aunt Jemima, here's $75 that you can put towards the $500,000 that you owe for surgery and chemo and radiation from when you had cancer 2 years ago. Happy holidays.
Guess gift cards seem a little nicer.
For me, I always take it. I'm always insulted by gift cards because they're always if I give you cash, you're going to use this to buy drugs.
That I want.
And it's you're not wrong, but I don't fucking want this gift card. What else do you use cash for? What am I going to do? Take that and invest $60 into Goldman Sachs or something?
This kid has this problem. He's like, hey, little Stevie, you excited about Christmas? He's like, no. All I do is get a bunch of gift cards from all my uncles, and then I got to go to the street and trade them out for less money so I can get drugs. I wish they'd just give me fucking money for drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, here we go, Christmas again. Got to peddle my gift cards for cash for drugs.
Yeah, I got to take these fucking 3 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
I can give somebody this fucking Crackle Barrel gift card for $30, and they give me fucking $8 worth of heroin. Yeah, Merry Christmas, fucking.
Yeah. Bah humbug.
But A funny wordplay thing I thought of, and I feel like if I mention it now, then I can also make it the episode title, is Death Camp for Cutie. Because you can go a couple different directions with that.
Immediately, for some reason, what I was thinking of is you have like a whole hate group for Hootie and the Blowfish, and it's called Death Camp for Hootie.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would rather have Hootie fans be getting exterminated than, some cuties, some attractive chicks that are of age, of course.
Mm.
But if they're not of age, honestly, you could just kill them. I'm fine with it. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Join us next week when we discuss the top 3 firearms to use when you rape somebody at gunpoint. I feel like you can only say rape somebody at gunpoint so many times until an episode gets flagged.
What's the matter with you, boy?